This story won't be the usual one about some teenager who got on the dark web out of curiosity or just wanted to buy something illegal. Nor will it be about someone who has been stalked. Nothing like that. I was on the other side. I sent the links, which were used to get all the information. I was picking who the next victims were and threatening them into sending money. I'll start from the beginning. I lived in a big but quiet city. I didn't have many friends, but I made online contacts with two guys from the city. I will keep their names secret. Let's call them Tio and Cal. We shared a hobby that was to dig into the deep web during our free time. We knew how to keep out hackers. Even I could hack myself. I shared that fact with my friends. Cal got the idea to blackmail people for money. It didn't take us too long and we started doing it. I was finding unprotected victims. I was researching them, and when we found a suitable one, we attacked. Most often it was people who were coming in for the first time and didn't know what to do. We were finding them through general chat groups. There we chat with them a bit to build trust and send them a link. When they open that link, everything comes out. They're already trapped. They go on a site that only has one red text box and a black screen. The first thing I do is send them their names. That's the easy part. Then I turn on their camera to simulate that I understand more about them, when in fact I know what they look like and where they are from the start. After the person in front of the camera panics, the threats follow. If you don't send 5,000 euros in Bitcoin, I'll dig around some more and we'll come to your address. We used Bitcoin because they couldn't track us. After a day or so, they sent the money and we made a new room and selected new victims in other chats. We raised a lot of money, but Cal and Tio got greedy. They wanted more. Tio suggested the clever idea of making a red room. For those who don't know, red rooms are live shows where they torture people or animals, and the chat determines what wounds would be inflicted. The rooms almost always ended in death. I didn't want to deal with that sort of thing, and I refused. We continued to blackmail people for money, but one day I noticed that a large amount of money had been withdrawn from our Bitcoin wallet. I asked the guys if they knew anything, and Cal said he had withdrawn his share to buy a car. He was in the right, and I didn't give it too much thought. One night before I went to bed, Tio called me. He told me to come out in front of my house. That's what I did. There was a black SUV in front of my house. I walked up to it and the window opened. It was Cal and Tio. They told me to look in the back seat. In the back was one of the victims I had been texting with. It was a girl and she was probably drugged. They told me to get in. I told them I needed to go get dressed and was coming. After going into my house, I locked myself up. I knew where things were going and had to get out. I smashed my computer, put some clothes on, and walked out of the back door. I ran away. I withdrew the Bitcoin money into another account and lived in another city with it. I destroyed any contact they might have had with me. It's been 5 years since then, and I haven't heard from them. I was visiting a friend's house. We had nothing to do and went into the deep web. He told me he knew what he was doing and I had nothing to worry about. All he has to do is open up a VPN server and we were safe. What is VPN in short? It is the protection of your data online. We looked at various sites but found nothing interesting, only drugs and gun sites. I wasn't very interested in that. I asked him if he had links to deeper sites and he replied that there were. He opened one of the saved links and directed us to a very simple page with videos. The text in it was red and the background was black. You won't find a site like that easily on Google. The titles of the videos were as following: How to cook a body, recipes for liver, what to do with the eyes, and similar. It was a cannibal cooking site. It was done like on YouTube. When you put the cursor on a video, it plays part of the video. One of the videos started with a woman tied up in a dark room. Some guy walked up to her with a saw and cut her head off. I asked my friend where he found those links, and he replied that he has friends who send them to him. From what I saw, I already wanted to stop. We tried to close it, but a message came up to enter a password. We didn't know what the password was, and he entered random numbers. The page went pure black. After several attempts to close the window, our camera started. We could see ourselves on the screen. It showed a message that said, "You are not a user of our site. Do not return." The computer shut down. We were afraid to turn it on, and I had to go home already. The next day, my friend told me that when he turned on the computer, the browser we were logging in from was deleted. After the incident, we didn't dare log in back into the deep web. A year ago, I used to spend my free time on the deep web. I didn't want to buy or sell illegal stuff, let alone look at the perversions I was seeing without wanting to. And it's full there. My curiosity kept me going in, though. I remember one of the last times I was inside. I was browsing around the net as usual until I came across a video resembling a red room. It had a man, most likely Asian, eating out of a bowl, and in the background a strangely dressed person, probably a man, walked in and approached him. When he got to him, he started patting him down. The man was crying, and the suited man was laughing. Not long after, another custom man showed up, and he started patting the man too. Then the video stopped. A second began. Now the two suited men were waiting in the background, watching the same man eat again. Suddenly one of them ran off, and the camera stopped, but the man was heard screaming. I was confused. The suited man showed no signs of aggression, but the man was horrified by their presence. I was puzzled but didn't think too much of it and went to bed. The next day, I saw too many Reddit pages that commented on this particular video. It is believed that the man who ate was kidnapped and was forcibly made to eat food, mixed with pieces of his cooked wife. Most likely after the video ended, the man was killed. It wasn't clear if the video was fake or if the people were actors, but after that incident, my curiosity stopped. I didn't log in the dark web ever again. If you have experienced similar paranormal activities, share them to our email or the comments below. If you found this video interesting, please like it and share it.